Black teen tased for vaping in an open park. Atlanta police. Let's go to the video.
Kill it.
Oh! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
What the hell's going on?
Get crazy, bro! Get on the Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Chill out!
That's a child. That is a child. Okay? A child. I'm gonna give you background to this. Police state they are reviewing the video to determine all the facts in their investigation. Let's put up a picture of the young man who was tased. His name is Terrion Fortson. Terrion is 17 years of age. Fortson told CBS 46 News that he was simply, and I quote, chilling at the park and had just hit his vape when the officer came up to him aggressively. Fortson was charged with disorderly conduct. The Atlanta NAACP is now involved. If you remember, I had the Atlanta NAACP president on Indisputable not too long ago, stand-up guy named President Richard Rose. In Atlanta, the police said, and I quote, the officer encountered the male, advised him of the law, and advised him he could not vape there. The male walked away and continued to vape. The officer approached the male again and requested his identification. In an effort to issue the male a citation, the male refused to comply and physically resisted the officer's efforts to detain him. The male continued resisting detention, and the officer eventually utilized her taser to detain him. After being tased, the male was placed into handcuffs without further incident. I got more, okay? That's what the police are saying. This is over vaping in a park. It's a child. We are aware of the incident and we are aware of the video circulating on social media showing a portion of the encounter. We will be reviewing the entire video related to this incident to determine all the facts. At this time, that investigation continues. We do not know the identity of the female officer. They have not released it. Rodney Bryant, a guy I actually have met before, is the chief of police. He's in charge. The buck stops with him, okay? There's a witness here. Let's put up a picture of the witness. His name is Brendan Aldridge. He was at the historic 4th Ward skate park that Thursday afternoon. He saw what happened. According to that witness you're looking at right now, he says the 17-year-old was not resisting arrest. He expressed he was scared for the 17-year-old, expecting the 17-year-old would probably get shot. Aldridge spoke with WSB-TV saying he was only vaping. She asked him for his ID. He was being calm. He wasn't being like, no, I'm not going to show you my ID. She tased him. It was crazy because while he was on the ground shaking, she was like, get down, like he wasn't already on the ground. It was even crazier. Like 6 other police officers pulled up and they were all dapping each other saying, what's up? Hugging, like hugging. I'm like, what is this? That was just crazy. It made no sense. Well, it makes sense when you understand how gang culture works. Makes sense then. This is gang culture 101. And we keep talking about reform and the police, you need to replace them. At some point, we have to get out of the conversation of reform and get into the conversation of replacement. And let's stop acting as if police are your public safety methodology or your public safety dynamic. That's not it. Policing was never supposed to be your public safety plan. Public safety is public safety. Policing is one element of public safety. Do you think people are safer now because a 17-year-old kid got tased for vaping in a park? Is that the kind of public safety you're talking about? You feel safer now because there's a kid who has been tased by a cop for vaping? Makes you feel safe? Has nothing to do with safety, does it? Public safety is the narrative. Policing, well, that narrative has been hijacked. The reality is public safety is the goal. Policing is one element. one piece of that puzzle. But somehow we have transferred policing into the place of public safety. Now, almost anything the police do, it is characterized as public safety. That's a public nuisance to me. What happened to that young man, it was uncalled for. It was ridiculous. And at least one witness says that report is a damn lie. All right, Brett, thoughts?
I mean, yes, we have a lot of experience seeing stories where the police says, we'll look into it, and they don't. They just don't. That is procedure. When they say, let's look into our training and maybe retrain these people. No, that's the whole game, is to say, we'll definitely look into it. And they know, maybe they'll say to the person who did the tasing, you shouldn't do that next time. But what always gets me is moments where someone gets tased, is on the ground, and they say, get on the ground. It's always something like that. You're supposed to be trained to know how to communicate what you need. When you find yourself tasing someone for vaping, then they fall to the ground and you're yelling, get on the ground. That means your training has failed you. And the problem is, it doesn't just fail you, it fails the entire society you've sworn to serve and protect.
Very well said. Very well said.